the channel, everybody. And yes, it might look like organized chaos on a counter for now, but you're gonna see why. I love pastrami, and I didn't have any beef and I didn't buy any, but I had these pork collar butts in the freezer, or you might know it by the name of capicola. This is actually part of the shoulder, and if you do a picnic or a pork butt, you will actually have this piece in there. But anyways, when my local grocery store has these on sale, I go and buy extra and throw them in the freezer because I love this cut. I have so many other ideas that I'm going to be doing coming up, but with this you can do it as simple as just take it, throw it in the oven, make a roast. But I want to make pastrami, and I've never done this, so I want you to come on this ride with me today and take this beautiful piece of pork and turn it into pastrami. We've got all these different spices here. I'm not going to go through exactly how much of each. I'm going to put the recipe below in the description. But anyways, we're going to make a simple brine. I am using pickling salt with sodium nitrate in it. It's going to take about 6 to 7 days for this guy to be in the brine, and we're going to just leave it in the fridge and finish this video next week. And we're going to mix the salt first because I really want that dissolved, and then just weigh everything out. A basic brine that I use for pickling and curing meat would be a 7% brine, which all that means is we're going to use 1 liter of water and 70 grams of salt. That gives you 7%, so that way you can scale it up or down as you need it. So we've got 2 liters of water, so that means I'm going to take 140 grams of salt. Whisk. I'm going to break down the spices just for ease of doing. So I've got all the powders here. We're going to weigh out, dump in real quick. And all my whole spices I've got over here, we're going to weigh those out. I could leave them whole, but I'm going to blitz them just a little bit in the spice blender just to break them up, because I want as much flavor exposed to that brine as possible. All of this into the pool, and I've got a shot glass. Oops, no, I haven't been drinking yet. And I've got some bourbon. This isn't typical, but I'm gonna add like 1.5 ounces. I just think personally that will just enhance. You're not gonna like taste it per se, but it's gonna enhance everything. Okay, we got this beautiful piece unpacked. You know what? Except for some little pieces hanging off. Smells good. Yeah, I know, when you're in the meat industry a long time, you get into the habit of smelling things. I am just going to see, I don't know which camera, there you go. It's beautifully marbled. It's a great piece. I'm just gonna square off this end a little bit too. Really, I'm just being fussy right now by taking this stuff off. There's really nothing you need to do. But I'm gonna do one thing I haven't done in a long time, and use this little needle for injecting some of the brine into the meat. You don't have to, but I want to make sure that that flavors all the way through, and lets that curing salt, the spices do all their thing, flavor this all the way through, and make the best product I can. And all I'm going to do is put the needle in here, suck up some fluid, and if you see, there's fluid in there, and all we're going to do is pump some in every inch or so. You don't need to flip it over, you just need to do it from one side. So what I'm going to do now, mix, and we're going to put this guy right in the bathtub now. Put that little bit back in there. You want it totally submerged, so what I'm going to do, hopefully this will keep it. Just a little plate, just that way it keeps everything. See, now it's floating, but we're gonna keep this totally submerged, just like that. Put the lid on, make sure it's on properly. There you go. It's in there. And see you in 7 days. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 7 days. Remember, I started this video last Saturday and today's the next Saturday. So this has been in the brine the whole week. The first few days I would go and move it around. The last few I didn't. So I haven't opened it yet. What we're gonna do, oh, that smell though, beautiful. Any of the big spices I'm just gonna take off. Now this brine, since it's had meat in it, is garbage. I'm gonna dump that because it's done its thing and we don't need it anymore. Normally I don't need to pat things off, but because it was in the brine, I'm just gonna, I put together a rub of some spices that we actually used in here. There we go, the smoker's going already, and let's go throw it on. Let's get you in there now. So I'm not gonna put it directly in the hotter zone, I'm gonna keep it more in the middle. Just like that. There we go. I know the door's telling me to close, keep the heat in. I'm gonna cook this like I normally would a brisket. So I'm gonna come back after a couple hours because it is a smaller piece, just to peek on it and then take it from there. And wish me luck. Time got away on me a bit. We're at 2.5 hours actually, and let's go see the smoker. Looking good. Definitely needs more time, but I'm gonna take the temperature real quick. I just want to gauge where I'm at real quick. At 136, so it's got a ways to go. But what I'm gonna do, no, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm trying to get it to about 170, 180, and then when I get it there, we're gonna pull it and wrap it. So I'm gonna come back in a bit, and hopefully we're there. This cold weather is testing me because the beast has the name for a reason. I've been running it between 200 and 225 the best I can, and it's tough today because it's colder. The beast has all that metal, and just trying to keep that temperature up is a great learning curve because I've never, this is still new to me in that regard because I haven't had this over a winter yet, so this is good for up here. We're at about 160. I like the color on it, so we're gonna wrap it, put some tallow on, and then back in the smoker to finish off. That looks beautiful, smells so good, and I'm not even worried that it doesn't look like a brisket because it could be darker. I don't necessarily need this to be that dark. But I did though, I snuck in some tallow into the smoker and had it melting. Make some of that beautiful tallow, which I will put a link up above how to make it. There we go. Like I would do for a brisket, I'm gonna bring it up to between like 201, 205. So back to the smoker we go. Hey everybody, we are inside. It's been resting for, what time is it? Just over half an hour. It's smaller, so I don't think it really needs the length of time that the brisket does. It did take me longer than I expected, because today's probably one of the coldest days. It is the coldest day that I've actually smoked with the new smoker, and I didn't give myself enough time to get the smoker hot enough. There's a balance there, and I'm still learning it, especially with winter coming here in Canada. It's going to be interesting. The smoker was only going between 200 and 215 for the first while. I should have had that hotter, which would have shrunk down the cook time. Let's just dive in. Oh, it smells so good. This. Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh my God, the house has been smelling like this for the last half an hour. It's been driving me crazy. And let's cut into this bad boy. Are you guys ready? I'm so ready for this. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if, yeah, I'll show you on the top camera. That looks beautiful. Mmm, so juicy. Wow, wow, wow. Now you can tell it's got that beautiful pink color because we used sodium nitrite in our salt, like the pickling salt. The injecting it keeps this so juicy too, because you're adding all that brine inside. You don't have to let it migrate through on its own, which doesn't always work well. Okay, enough looking already, and what I can say is I did a good job by injecting it, because I don't see any discoloration, so I put it all the way through, which is good. Super tender. Oh. That's pastrami. Oh. God damn. That is beautiful. I'm gonna show that camera. I don't know if it'll focus. That is beautiful. I just found another perfect use for this this piece of meat. It's pork, but oh well, I made pastrami out of this, and it's beautiful. This was a long one in the making, like always. I love doing this stuff. We had it brining for a week. That way we made sure that that brine and cure goes all the way through properly, does its job. Well worth it. I will be doing this with a piece of beef as well. I want to just do it. But this piece of pork, oh, that's gorgeous. That is, oh, if you like pastrami, you got to try this. Love it. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you had fun with this one. I sure did. Now I've got a lot of nice meat to eat. So thanks for the support. Leave me some comments. Hit that like, subscribe. And like always, happy eating.